They say beauty is only skin deep. Well, guess what? We're going to get beauty on the inside very soon. Today, I'm going to go down and pick up some pine, tongue and groove, for the inside. Going to make it start looking pretty inside. So, without much further ado, I'm going to head to my truck and I'll be back. Pine, I love it. It's actually a Saturday morning, and the yard manager is off today, and so I couldn't remember exactly how much I ordered. They had ordered a whole pack, and then I was going to get the cream of the crop, so to speak. So it'll be really nice stuff. So I picked up 20 1x6 16 footers, $465 so far, and I think that's maybe a quarter to a third of it. I'm not sure. Oh, by the way, so as of before today, I'm an inch and a half short of $20,000 in this project. So it looks like I think we're going to be close to hitting the 30,000 mark for the finished product, I think. Anyway, let's go unload this. I love these straps. I've used these I've had them on this rack for 4 or 5 years. They're really handy. It's a quick, no really, it's a quick load. You can tie down a load really quickly with this, and it's really secure. I used to have a truck box here. Now it's just on the floor in the back seat. Okay, I'm going to open the door behind you, and we're going to bail it in. I have to trick Kaya. I have to leave her out here so she doesn't run off when I open the door. Hey, Kaya, come on. Come on, let's go get him. Go get him. I haven't turned the heat on yet, but I have the staining racks in there. After I get it all in, I'll shut the door and crank the heat up. Whoa. Easy boy, don't grab them all. What are you thinking? So I'm going to be painting the side with a bead on it for the finished look. So when I loaded everything, I loaded it with this side down because coming off the rack, there's those black rubber strips that have aged, and so the black comes off on the pine. One, two, three more to go. Then we'll go ahead and turn the heat on, and maybe my nose will stop running. There. Going down. First floor. Come on in, pups. Okay, Zinsser Bin Primer, Ultimate Stain and Odor Killer. The odor killer is because of the fact that the odor that's going to come from the bin will overpower you. Fortunately, it's a well-ventilated room, I'm just sealing the knots, so it's not going to be a big deal. Oh yeah. They shook it on the shaker 3 or 4 days ago. I'm just kind of freshening up the instirment. It's a word. And then Fresh Start Primer, $84, and I think that was around $55, $56. I got a discount on this. I probably put it down in the 70s somewhere. So I'm just going to use a small brush and just hit the knots. It's an oil base, so I'm just planning on throwing away the brush. I've used this brush quite a bit on my HO train layout that is kind of around here. You can see my train layout. Still being built. It's been 2 years I've been working on that. Keep making changes, and hopefully they're actual improvements. Christmas Village going over there. That's going to be great. Hope to have it done before Christmas. All right, here goes. Knot number 1. Should I count all the knots as I go? I'm slathering it on, and yet not allowing, I don't want, oh, are you kidding me? My first one, and I already got a drop on my shoes. Time out. This is pretty loosey-goosey stuff. Wow. So, this bin sealer doesn't come off of shoes. Just a heads up. Fortunately, these are an older pair of shoes. I have some others that I wear for fancy get-togethers at the, whatever, at the country club. This should dry pretty quick, so that I want to get a primer coat on today. And if it even dries quickly or enough, it's a word. I'm coming up with all these beautiful words lately. I don't know. They're just gorgeous. This will be well worth the time to seal these knots. Those are a couple of good sized ones. There's a few good ones in this board. Good being not good if you don't want pine knots. If this was going to be knotty pine, like not behaving well and all that, it would be good to have these if we were just going to stain it. But we're not. The ceiling we are. This is drying almost as fast as I put it on. Trying to make sure I don't get any drips or dots, because it'll show up in the final picture. Oh, this one's almost no knots. The tiny house I built last year was tongue and groove pine, and I know a lot of you have watched that video. The videos, there's a bunch of them for Vince and Lisa. Great folks. I talk with them once in a while, or chat with them, text, email, all that stuff. Some of the tongues and grooves didn't fit together really well, and I ended up having to mill it out on the table saw so that they would fit. I'm hoping I don't run into that with this. I'm liking the quality of this pine. It looks really good. The pack just came in, so it hasn't had a chance to be picked over yet. Oh, that reminds me. Big box store. I don't know if you remember, but when I built the tiny house last year, I was just going over and picking it up at a big box store. There's 2 of them over near me. And I picked through there was like, 50, 60, 70 pieces. And I picked through it, and I could find 10 that were good. And so I went back a week later, and it was virtually the same pile. And over a period of weeks, I got there one time, and actually everything was gone. They didn't even have any. I think what they must have done was throw it away or chop it up for kindling. I don't know what. So I ended up buying it locally here, which I probably should have anyway, the local hardware store. They're great guys. They're knowledgeable. My dad would be would be not proud of me. Daubing. I guess that's all you can do here, right? Daub, daub, daub. We're going to cover up the daubs. Sorry, Dad. I helped him one summer doing painting because he was a painting contractor. And sometimes he was fearless, as well as my brother. Both my brothers worked with him. They had if I remember, a 60-foot wood ladder, 3 extensions. The top extension was about this wide, where you could just barely climb up. He wanted me to paint the jets on a 3-story building. So you go all the way up, you paint as much as you can reach, and then you go all the way down, set over, instead of staging. Back then, staging, or especially like the power boom lifts, so to speak, they didn't really even exist back then. Well, anyway, I was not good with heights like that. Took me 5 minutes to go all the way up. You'd have like a coat hanger on the bucket, hang it on the rung, and I'm just frozen right there. Couldn't do anything. I left it. I just crept back down. I said, Dad, I can't do this. I think he was probably watching from down on the ground or up on another ladder. Probably knew what was going on. But as time went by, I did get used to heights as I did it more. And if I would when I'd get some new help sometimes, and we get on the roof, and you could see that they're just a ranch roof that's 512 pitch, hardly any pitch to it, only 8 feet off the ground, and they're hanging on for dear life with their toenails dug into the plywood, so to speak. I said, if it's actually a safety concern for the both of us if you're not comfortable up here. So probably because if I've got to grab them, then I'm making a sudden lunge for somewhere. That only happened a couple of times. Just about an hour to do 20 to bin all the knots. So it's drying really fast. I'm going to give it just a little bit of time, maybe an hour, then I'll come back and we'll roll on the primer. Okay. Well, it wasn't even 20 minutes and this stuff is all dry. It's really drying quickly. I actually turned the heat down because it was so hot in here, putting me to sleep. So I've got primer white. First time using this new roller. So I've got to get some paint on there. Okay, and it begins. So here's plan 2-C3. The roller isn't getting into the grooves enough. So I'm going to roll it all out and then I'll hit it with a brush. Okay, so actually it seems to be working okay. It'll be so much quicker with a roller. A little over an hour to do the primer coat. So an hour to put what are you looking at? The bins on, the sealer, and then an hour and a half for that. So 2.5 hours. We'll let this dry. I don't know if it'll be dry today so that I can put any on. Really wanted to. I'm going to crank the heat up now and get this thing drying. Hopefully it'll dry quickly. I'll check on it. It's noon right now, lunchtime. So I'm going to go get a bite to eat and I'll be back at some point. If not, I hope you enjoyed this. Did you enjoy it? You could put Hey, hit the like button, leave a comment, share it, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe because definitely the next video is going to start getting some sheathing wall boards put inside, making it pretty inside. to match the outside. See you later. Thanks for watching. Come on, Kyle. Let's go.